Welcome everyone to Mamados Medical Media, a 3-on-9 YouTube channel, weekly posting new medical videos. Join our Facebook and Telegram groups for more interaction and latest news. You could also support the channel on Patreon, where we upload multiple choice questions and other premium content. Thanks in advance.
Hi everyone to another video on the physiology of pain. And in this video we're going to look at the central inhibition of pain. We're going to continue the central inhibition of pain and the gate control theory. Our story today starts with the opium poppy, which is a plant, and from this plant they produced the drug morphine. They saw the effects of morphine on boosting the well-being and completely blocking the pain in the body. And so scientists did the research and they found out that there are opioid receptors in the central nervous system. And they called the substances that binds to the opioid receptors opioids, like the morphine, like the oxycodone, like the tramadol. All the drugs that act on blocking the pain by binding to the opioid receptors are called opioids. And scientists guessed that since there are opioid receptors in the nervous system, then there must be an endogenous internal opioids that is synthesized from the body. And they found out a lot of endogenous opioids. In this video we're going to talk about two of them. The first is the enkephalin, and the enkephalin is a neuropeptide. Enkephalins are found in higher concentrations in the hypothalamus, in the periaqueductal gray matter, in the dorsal horn of the spinal cord, and at the site of injury. And now we move on to the second neuropeptide we have in this video, the endorphins. And the endorphins are found more in the area of the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, and they are also and naturally occurring neuropeptides that are released in response to severe stress. So when the cortex of the brain sends stress signals to the hypothalamus starts to synthesize from a precursor polypeptide called pro-opiomelanocorticotrophin, and pro-opio is the precursor for the opioids, which we mean here endorphins, melano for the melanin, and corticotrophin for the adrenocorticotropic hormone. From the pituitary gland, endorphins are released. When endorphins are released to the body, then stress analgesia occurs. And stress analgesia is when you feel no pain in a case of severe stress or severe injury. Just like when you get injury from playing a football match, for example. Endorphins are also used for treating cases of morphine addiction. And now let's move on to the descending tracts of pain. The descending tracts of pain starts from the higher centers, and by higher centers we mean the cerebral cortex, the limbic system, and the amygdala. It's also part of the limbic system, but it's more associated with fear and sexual sensation. Now these higher centers are stimulated in cases of extreme fear or hypnosis. For example, from the cerebral cortex, the first neuron descends and synapse at the periaqueductal gray matter. Then from the periaqueductal gray matter, the second order neuron descends and synapse at Nucleus Raphe Magnus, which is part of the reticular formation and nuclei found in the medulla. And these nuclei have the fourth order neuron, which secretes serotonin. And what serotonin does is that it stimulates interneurons. Now let's see what these interneurons does. So here we have the spinothalamic tract, the tract of pain, the first and the second order neuron decussating to the other side and ascending to the higher centers. Here in blue we have the descending tract of pain, sending the signals, the neurotransmitter, we say it's serotonin, and in some other descending tracts it's acetylcholine. So by releasing serotonin or acetylcholine, these interneurons are stimulated. And these interneurons secretes enkephalin. And enkephalins has two actions after binding to the opioid receptors. It blocks the release of substance P from the presynaptic neuron, and it blocks the nerve conduction of the postsynaptic neuron, completely blocking the transmission of pain signals. Before we end this video, just to make a side note that the antidote of morphine is a drug called Naloxone, and Naloxone is a drug that works on the opioid receptors by competing with the morphine. So that's it for this video. Until the next video, we look at diseases of the sensory system. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.